been here before, I know the scenery well. Staring up at a Bible been stuck on a shelf. Picking my sorry ass off the carpet, putting my wandering eyes on the target. Yeah, getting back on my feet, it means hitting my knees. it would probably go today. And I feel my bank account and that baby. And I promise welcome to the forum. It's good to be back in home, Georgia. My name's Corey. These are my friends, and we drove a little distance to come and play some music for y'all tonight. Thank y'all for joining us. Feel free to drink entirely too much. Sing along if you know the words. Move your bodies back and forth. Make friends with your neighbors. And most importantly, I hope you left your troubles at home this evening. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy ourselves. Snuggle up real tight and lay around together, yeah. There's always trouble when I'm running around with my old friends. Gonna play it safe and pretend I'm under the weather, yeah. I'm making changes, letting go of my grudge against me. I'm turning pages. Ready for what's up around me. just a big around the swimming pool. To be I ain't in a rush, the water ain't going nowhere. So I'm taking it down, I'm polarized lens to soften the glare. The reminiscent eyes, it's been burning my soul. So I'm sitting on the ledge with my legs hanging down in the water. I can take the plunge, but it won't bother. Everything looks fuzzy when you're underwater. I can hold my breath, but I ain't getting over my head. I'm good right now, I'm just getting my feet wet. I'm getting my feet wet. Gently down the street, guess I'm keeping it. Like a louse and lazy looking out, floating down and on the intertone. Taking in the scenery. I hear the birds and the trees and it sounds like they're all singing me. Oh, my hands are slipping, but I'm wide awake. And everything in the city seems more like a dream where love breath I take. I can take the plunge, but it won't bother. Everything looks fuzzy when you're underwater. I can hold my breath, but I ain't getting over my head. I'm good right now, I'm just getting my feet wet. But that problem I'm going, I jump in head first off the diving board. Hey, daddy, don't back me. Can you believe I don't need those wings? Learning to swim, it makes us great. But the older we get, the more we sit back and let the kids make waves. I can swim like a fish, but hey, why bother? I got a drink in my hand that's going down like water. Ain't afraid of drowning, but I ain't getting over my head. Not today, I'm good right now. I'm good right now. Yeah, I'm good right now. I said I'm getting my feet wet. I'm getting my feet wet. Thank you so much, everybody, doing okay tonight. Excited to be back up here in the Forum. It's been a long time since I've been in this building. I love what they're doing tonight. We got a really good show in store for y'all tonight. I think I'm gonna play y'all some old shit. Play some new shit. I'm gonna play some shit that I don't even know I'm gonna play yet. This is old shit, man. Times are changing, but I'm still the same old son of a bitch in the wind. I act like I did back when I was a kid. It hurts me more than it did back then. I go out on the town and make a fool of myself. I run around with the same rowdy friend. I get drunk and nauseous and wake up the next day swearing I'm never drinking again. Now my brain still tingling. Enough is enough. Life ain't getting done. It's time to grow up. The next year I start having my head turned new leaf. Over my wicked ways, bring a job and start pouring my weight on the 365 days until I change my way. Just like a slum, I never tuck in my shirt. I let it hang over my baggy jeans. I wear an old baseball cap on top of my head with a logo of my favorite team. But I ain't ashamed when the time comes around. I know I can change. Maybe next year I'll start acting my age, turn new leaf. Hold my wicked ways, get real darling. Start going my way. I'm gonna breathe 365 days until I change my ways. Maybe next year I quit blowing all of the cash. Start working out, get off my ass. Maybe next year I quit putting off all the chores. Or maybe next year I'll visit my grandparents more. Maybe next year I'll go back to church and repeat. Maybe next year I'll pick up my Bible. Whoa, maybe next year I won't be singing the blues. Maybe next year I'll start telling the truth. Maybe next year I won't stay drunk all the time. And maybe next year I'll have a little more peace of mind. Maybe next year I won't be so sad when I'm alone, 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 alone. So alone, alone, alone. I was out in Daddy's woodshop, about 17 years old, stacking up some lumber, sweeping sawdust off the floor. Way over in the corner, I smelled something kind of strange. I looked behind a can of paint and found a bag of Mary Jane. What the hell is this? It threw me for a loop, had me feeling all mixed up. Cause Daddy always told me only he'd be smoking stuff. Well, I knew damn good and well he wasn't leaning to the left. He'd rather die and go to hell than listen to the Grateful Dead. My daddy's weed. I knew the truth and it set me free. That's when I learned this apple didn't fall far from the tree. I did a lot of growing up the day I found my daddy's weed. Now Mom was getting groceries and Dad was out of town. So I sat there on the workbench contemplating what I found. I went from feeling kind of pissed to thinking, what the hell, I got my bowl out of the truck and broke off a little for myself. You're damn right. Well, that shit was awful sticky. It had crystals on the leaves. Smelled kinda like a skunk and kinda like a Christmas tree. It might have come from California or maybe Colorado, but it was on a different level than what I was getting down the road. But they have found my daddy's weed. It's one of my favorite memories. That's when I learned this apple didn't fall far from the tree. I did a lot of growing up the day I found my daddy's weed. Yeah. Well, I only did it once, and damn, it hit me hard. I flew straight to the moon and back, 7 million tasted the sweet perfume of the mountain glass I rolled down. I was younger then. Take me back to when I found my heart. Get here, made friends and lost away. I'm not seeing the great fields and so how we go. I can't wait. So I'm on my way, driving down 90 down old country lane and singing to sound gentle, and I miss the way you made me feel. It's really what's the song said over the castle on the hill. 15 years old and smoking and cigarettes, running from the law through backfields, getting drunk with my friends, and my first kiss on Friday night. I don't reckon I did it right, but I was younger then. Take me back to when we found jobs and we got paid. We buy cheap spirits and drink. Me and my friends had not grown up in so long. Oh, how we've grown. I can't wait. So I'm on my way, driving down 90 down old country lane and singing to sound gentle, and I miss the way you made me feel. It's really what's the song said over the castle on the hill. One friend left to celebrate. One works down by the coast. One has 2 kids but lives alone. One's brother overdosed. One's already on a second wife. One's just barely getting by. These people raise me. I can't wait. On my way, I still remember these old country lanes. Self-fine, front pocket, my blue jeans, a little fire and a little green, enough to make me king on a Friday night. In a trailer off a dry pond road, where me and the boys would go get loaded and hide out from the law. It was just a wicked thing, a little help for the alcohol. prescription pills. Ah, that's when the shit got real. They say those things can kill, well I know firsthand. A phone call that bent my knees. His mama wouldn't look at me like she thought I was to blame. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. I told him he ought to kick that stuff. I guess we should have known right from the start. Oh, but it was just a wicked thing. A little help for the alcohol, it was no big deal. It was just a weekend thing. Now there's no way of sleeping on her. I feel so wicked out. I wanna taste what you got in that cellophane.
Everybody have a good time. Y'all been a fantastic audience so far. I didn't have this one on the list initially, but I just realized something. Tomorrow is my anniversary. So my wife and I, it's our anniversary. I would be remiss if I didn't play this song right here. I wrote this one about my wife and myself and our now love affair, which has gone on for like 22 years. You know, beyond that actually, because we dated before that. It's just been official.
I'm a solid rock, chip off the mountaintop, finely chiseled by the wind and rain. I work out in the storm, keeps me in fighting form. I know I won't back down from anything, but you're like a stick of dynamite. I'm gonna light your fuse tonight. Get ready for a firework. I'm a cold-blooded cynic, I'm a stone-faced critic. Seems like nothing's worth a double take. Yeah, I'm open-minded, but I've been colorblinded, fed up and jaded by the hate parade. But baby, you're a work of art, and I've tried picking you apart, but you simply bowl me over. You blow me away. You blow me away. I said, I'm a shaky leaf upon a sycamore tree, hanging high but barely holding on. I've been catching rains, I've been making shade, holding a shingle when the rains got strong. But I feel all setting in, the green is fading from my skin, and oh, it's gonna be a long way down. With you blowing me away. with the afternoon. Still there's a party going on in my living room. Just me and the Philippines, swam through the sounds of old George Jones. And I wandered on the whole day, no bottles gone. I know it might sound sad, but to tell the truth, it ain't half bad. I love my misery, gonna drown my blues in a silver whiskey. I'm drinking again, trying hard to hide the pain I'm in. So don't give me that shit out of what I'm getting in, so it's a sin. But I don't get the name, I'm drinking again. I'm drinking again. Got no friends to call, they've all straightened up or settled down. Now they won't hang around, but I guess I understand. This house ain't much for company. Smells like a cesspool, it's taking nasty. You might say I'm bad off, but I chose the road start with the cross of their convoys and give me another shot of what you want. Yeah, I'm drinking again, trying hard to hide the pain I'm in. So don't give me that shit, I know it's what I'm getting in. So it's a sin, but I don't know. So I'm drinking again. Well, fortunately for me, I found relief when the world is weighing down on me. I pop a top and take a shot, I drop a bill, turn the radio up, sit back and chill. Picture my life is a bed of roses, try not to notice all the ghosts haunting me and taunting me and wanting me to come my real so they can watch me blood and laugh at me as I scream in agony. I can hide for the sake of my family because the alcohol is all that's hope for me to go. Since I was broken, lost my hope, I kicked my gun to the top of the road. You know I couldn't afford to support us both. And I'm not rich, don't have a good job in construction, work with a student named Bob and he's an ass. Just every other time pays minimum wage and overtime. Think he's gonna make doesn't escalate. It's two at a time, I get paid, but that's okay. I drink to myself and ruin mine. I'll take liquor and sip red wine and I'll be fine. Should have found some peace, I quit there, my rent, I break my lease. I know that I always speak to make me change. You're on the box when it starts to rain. My family will work the world. I'm drinking again. I'm drinking again. Trying hard to hide the pain I'm in. But don't give me that shit I know what I'm getting in. Sure it's a sin, but I don't love it. So then I'm drinking again. I said, I'm drinking again. Oh, Lord, I'm drinking again. I'm drinking again. And I'm drinking again. I done said goodbye to the toast of the program. I told you, I've been beaten, I've been abused, I've been cheated and I've been used. They said that I'm old. Heart stone cold, black and blue, reminders of the shit that put me through. Lord, it's getting old. Time to show myself the door. There's no pretending anymore. No, it's over. It's over. Where I'm going, I don't know. Somewhere down this dusty road. in the rusted cotton mill. Lord, get me out of here. Yeah, I've made up my mind. I'm not giving in this time, no. 'Cause I'm a heartbreaker, run away. I'm gonna pass the ride toward the interstate. I'm leaving this place without a minute to waste. No looking over my shoulder with the wall. I've been in prison, locked in chains. Bible beaten to my brain. They said you gotta trust and know. But I busted loose, I'm on the run, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Thank God I'm free at last. I feel like I've been reborn. There's no pretending anymore. Daddy's been drinking beers every night for 20 years. Mama just sits there on the couch, popping pills to dry her tears, and they keep dogging me. You're not working, damn, you're just going to be another failure, a jailbird like everyone in the family. So I hang out in the park and I'm stoned with the friends because they don't understand the situation that I'm in. They feel my pain, man. I'm gonna miss someone involved. I'm moving on because if I don't, I'll be dead. But you can run. I shoot myself in the head before I wind up like my dad working a dollar and taking out my anger on a kid. I can hear my mama crying. Cause across that county line, she knows I'm not coming back. I'm leaving all this shit behind. I told her I'm a soldier. I'm wiser and I'm older. I got my education and I'm out of here. Yes, I'm a heartbreaker, run away. I'm gonna pass the ride toward the interstate. I'm leaving this place without a minute to waste. No looking over my shoulder, it's all over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate your enthusiasm and just thank you. It's always been good hanging around Rome. I've been walking around town all day. I think I wouldn't walk across the river. I had lunch. I had some ramen noodles. And I met a lot of friendly people today. I've been playing here since back when I just started. I've been playing here, I guess, for 20 years now. It's always nice to be back in town. I had a new record that came out back in November. It's called Suburban Draw. It was a long time in the making, and I guess it would make sense if I was going to play a song off that record. But I fucked my list all up, y'all. I'm sorry. I had it all in order at the beginning of the night, and now it's like I don't really know. I trust my instincts. Let's do something. It's got nothing to do with the record. That's a perfect marketing strategy, is to mention the record and not play anything from it right now. I'm going to do this one just because it's on my mind right now. And I didn't even write this one. It's not even my song. It's all my mind. So take me down, oh, this is real. Let's drive along over. I'm in a fight with God. This Carolina shoulder seems the place I'm getting home. Daddy always told me, never make a home on the road while your lady's sneaking out when the kids don't know. We're driving on top of the ways of this old world. So drive till the tires come back when we leave. Driving, the boys are gambling with more than just their cars, with the bottles and the drugs and the Bibles in their hearts. So take it on the road to a place they still put in the eye, where the women hey, driver, you got me off in the way. Dear driver, I've been feeling like there's no point at all. The Klonopin ain't kicked in, and I miss my sisters. Dear driver, I've been riding this lonely way too long. All the love I had worth giving was all spent on my song. So take it to a place they still put sugar in the eye, where the women find love is here. Hey, driver, you can drive me off anyway. Hey, driver, you can drive me off anyway. I said, ooh. So take me to a place they still put sugar in the eye, where the women find love is here. Hey, driver, you can drive me off anyway. Hey, driver, you can drive me off anyway. Hey, driver, hey, driver. Hey, driver, hey, driver. Take it on the road, it's a little bit wild. Thank you. I live in a little town not far from here called Jefferson, Georgia. It's about an hour northeast of Atlanta on 95. It's in between Athens and Gainesville. It's halfway in between Atlanta and Greenville. I grew up there. I still live there. It's not bad, you know. I will say there's a lot to be said for continuity. I've been going to the same liquor store since I was old enough to drink. Actually, since before I was old enough to drink. Jefferson, most of my life, Jefferson's dry. You can only get beer there, but you can cross the tracks and go to the next town over, and that's Arcade, Georgia. Where you can go to Arcade and you can buy liquor there. So that's where all the cool people hung out. There's a liquor store there. It's called the Bulldog Package Store. It's one of the rare places that has a drive-through window. It's pretty cool. It's convenient. And
during COVID, it was especially convenient. You know, I could drive through the liquor store and get my alcohol for weeks, you know. And then after things opened back up, it was nice to be able to walk back into the liquor store again and see people. Anyway, I come up with an idea for this song because I'm such a regular at that particular liquor store. I come up with an idea for this song, and my friend Levi Lowry, who lives over in Winder, just down the road from me, he came over and we wrote this song together. But I want to dedicate it to my liquor store friends in Arcade, Georgia. If I was the man she thinks I could be, I wouldn't come round buying your whiskey, picking my brain from your nicotine wall. Oh, if I was that man, you wouldn't know me at all. But I'm regular, the ringing your bells. I walk through the door and you reach for the shelf. Yeah, you know what I'm after, you know what I need. Though it's breaking her heart, she's threatening to leave. But it ain't your business to worry about me. I'm just one of the regulars. Yeah, I'm one of the regulars. If she had a wish, I'd already be home. Instead, I'm out of my way, ignoring my phone. Hell, I know it ain't right, and she deserves more than customer of the year in this old liquor store. Still, I'm regular, the ringing your bell. I walk through the door and you reach for the shelf. Yeah, you know what I'm after, you know what I need. Though she's giving me hell, it keeps threatening to leave. But it ain't your business to worry about me. I'm just one of the regulars. Yeah, I'm one of the regulars. I ain't who I am and I ain't who I ain't. I smoke what I smoke and I drink what I drink. Don't know she's been making change, but I can't. Still, I'm regular, the ringing your bell. I walk through the door and you reach for the shelf. Yeah, you know what I'm after, you know what I need. Though it's breaking her heart and she's threatening to leave. But it ain't your fault, don't feel sorry for me. I'm just one of the regulars. Yeah, I'm one of the regulars. Yeah, I'm one of the regulars.
drove me over, standing out in the filling my flask and popping pills. When I crossed that open county line, I'll be crying till I I was only 17, I couldn't wait for 21. I'd hang around on Clayton Street in the bars that get drunk. A baseball cap and a fake ID would get me in clubs. Then I would dance with a college girl and lie about who I was. I'd say I'm pretty bad here in creative on Village Avenue. I was raised over in Buckhead, I tried to be BMW. I was breaking hearts and taking names and numbers just for stealing kisses, wishing I was 21. Thursdays came and pocket change would quickly disappear. Upstairs at Lowry's Tavern, we played nickel for a beer. Shooting bull, smoking cigarettes with a busy head and grin. But 4 a.m. on the school night, still hanging out with my friends. I was asleep on a dirty couch, no shower on school. Smelling just like a brewery with a bad hangover. Seagull would hassle me, stay awake, pay attention. I was getting hell, wishing I was 21. The youngest one, friends I didn't recognize. Too cool of a football game in the homecoming parade. Thank you. This song was on my very first record. I wrote this song 21 years ago this year. 21 years old, it's the irony of that. I remember the day I wrote the song. It was a Saturday, and I wrote the song in the afternoon. And I had no idea at the time that the song would change the course of my life, but it did. I had no idea that anybody outside of my circle of friends and family would ever hear the song. And now I look back over the past 21 years, and I've played the song probably thousands of times by this point. I don't know. It's why. One line still bugs me. In the original version, in the third verse, I wrote the lines, "Now I'm only 26, feeling more like 43." And I wrote those lines at the time because they were true. Because I was like 26, and I was using 43 as a metaphor for old as fuck. I'm
26, but I feel old as fuck. Well, now I have eclipsed the age of 43, so you can see the dilemma I presented with. So on the morning of my 43rd birthday, which wasn't too long ago, I mean, it was years ago, but on the morning of my 43rd birthday, I wrote a new third verse to this song, which I'm going to play for y'all tonight here on the board. Now I'm already 43. Damn, it happens fast. Once the kids hit elementary school, life goes by fast. One day it's kindergarten, the next it's freshman year. Then they're driving down the road, we know just with you still. We'll go down to that college town when my Bulldogs get to play. We'll walk around the campus where I spent my glory days, and I recognize myself in the eyes of my two sons as they look around thinking, damn, I wish I was 21. A long ride back from Jacksonville, 500 miles from a game we should have won. Man, we all burned down that stadium. Thought this year was gonna be ours, talking too much junk in those Florida bars. Now I'm stunned. Man, I wish it was 1981. I know why they say every dog every day, and win every game we play. Every dog every day. Long those glory days, like the one he cried, run, let you run. I was too young to be there, but I'm sure it was fun. But that crowd was flying high, and I bet glory to old Georgia was proud as the band played. Man, I wish I could feel that way today. I know why they say every dog has his day, and win every game we play. But every dog has his day. And I play my favorite victories like that last year when we up in Tennessee. I bet my nails hurt like hell. And I got sweet memories of 2002 with the SEC and the Super Bowl too. Man, we had a ball down on Bourbon Street. Said, whoa, those were the days. I've had to change the third verse on this one a few times. Let's see which file I want to pull tonight. January 10, 2022, row number 5, section 643. Alabama 18, Dogs 33. Damn right, I was flying high, yeah, there's a happy tear in my eye. It was our time. Say every dog
day. Can't win every game we play. But you know we're gonna have our day. You will be singing glory, glory to old Georgia. Glory, glory to old Georgia. Glory, glory to old Georgia. And Georgia Tech. Back to Tennessee, my friends. Yeah, when I found out that county thing, they asked me where I've been at a bar on the inside, the way I'm right on the outside. She stole my heart in the trailer park, so I jacked the keys to her pocket car. Say thanks to the nice folks here at the Forum for inviting us back to Rome and taking such good care of us. Well, I want to say a sincere thanks to each and every one of y'all for sharing your Friday evening with us here in the heat of summertime. Always a pleasure. I hope we can do this again many more times in the future, right? Hush on the damn over had a girl come back at home. She didn't even know. All she off out the little guilty ass with dusted off our clothes. But she was wild and we was fine. So when baby lies all around you, and I think the way again, you know, we do what we say. But when I'm not taking the drink again, you know, tell me about the girls at the club looking for never after. Sex on the beach, never tasted it, no, I'll break my first love. Forget the house, make the deal. If I could do it again, I'll do it again. Over here on the bass guitar, she is from Marietta, Georgia. She's been out here over a dozen years. We've been doing this together. Y'all give it up for my friend Chris Buttermilk. The drums back here, he's originally from Greensboro, North Carolina. He is now hailing from Beaufort, Georgia. We've been out here for 8 years, y'all. Y'all give it up for my friend Sterling, Lil Waxy White. Get kicked out of my hotel room, sleep in the trunk for a night or two, blow all my money, have to call my daddy, work too much just to pay him back. Take phone, yes, and laugh out there, flip the police off and get home to jail. If I could do it again, I'd do it the same. Now I'm regret, I won't change a thing. Check out the girls in the club, looking up for never Thank y'all. It's early, it's still early. Shit, man. This is the nice point of the show. Like at this point, we have fulfilled our
contractual obligations. So this is like just the fucking free for all. You know, I want to try something with y'all tonight. This is a song that it has not been recorded and released into the world yet, and I want to play it for y'all tonight because it's been on my mind. I spent, you know, most of my career, I put out, I don't know, a dozen records or whatever. Up until like 2021. I wrote all the songs on the record by myself. I wrote every word to every song on all records I put out by myself. And after COVID, I kind of turned over a new leaf because I did all that time by myself. It started to take a toll on my head, you know. So I started going to Nashville, and I hooked up with a bunch of my friends who were songwriters, and I'd never written with them. I'd known them for years, but I hadn't written with them. So anyway, I started going up to Nashville and writing songs for people, and it's a lot of fun. And one day I was up there, and I wrote with a couple guys that are from Georgia. There's a lot of Georgia songwriters, and they said they wanted to write a Georgia song with me. You know, they was like, it would be a dream come true to write a Georgia song with you, man. You know, they were big fans, and I was flattered. And I was like, I don't want to write another Georgia song, guys. I got enough of them. Everybody knows. But we got to talking, though, we ended up coming up with this together, and I'm so happy with it. I want to try it out on y'all tonight. I don't know if I can just remember how it goes. Something like that. Unhappy endings, holes in the wall. I can still hear them talking that chant. Nothing hurts worse than a Hail Mary loss. Took 3 days to get off of my head. Back when it seemed like our love wouldn't change. Oh, I still remember those games. I got choked up, I got fighting mad. Some of the worst nights that I ever had. I lost all my money, about lost my mind. But I must admit it was worth every dime. And all the broke hearts, and all the bad calls. Looking back now, oh, they all seem so small. Since only one it all. How about them dogs? Yeah, I ride around with a G on my Benz, even up around them damn volunteers. And I still catch flack wearing all red and black, but they quit saying this was their year. It can be hard staying humble some days, but then I remember those games. But I got choked up, I got fighting mad. Some of the worst nights that I ever had. I lost all my money, about lost my mind. But I must admit it's been worth every dime. And all the broke hearts, and all the bad calls. Looking back now, they all seem so small. The tailgates all look the same, but the whole mood around here's changed. Since I got choked up, I got fighting mad. Some of the worst nights that I ever had. I lost all my money, about lost my mind. I must admit it's been worth every dime. And all the broke hearts, and all the bad calls. Looking back now, oh, they all seem so small. Since we won it all. controversial song in my repertoire. That's why I saved it for towards the end. I want to be clear, this song is not for any law enforcement not come meet with us tonight. It's not for any. This song is a true story. I got friends and family members in law enforcement. These people risk their lives to keep us safe. It's an honorable and a noble profession. So I didn't write this song for all cops. I wrote it for the 3 cops that arrested me because they were dicks. Blue lights flashing, they got traffic stopping. Highway 11's done turned into a permanent roadblock. I wasn't driving, my wife was my DD, and she had me drinking drunk. Still got a house about a JPD. And I said, hey dude, can't you just leave her alone? She ain't done nothing wrong, man, I just wanna go home. Fuck the po-po. Anyone who our folks don't trust them no more. Whoa, and I'm gonna let this go. And I'm saying fuck the po-po. Fuck the po-po, yeah. I got arrested just speaking up, and that cop said, boy, they only right you having to shut the fuck up. And now I'm a jailbird, I've done time in the pen, and I got a real messed up story to tell all my friends. Yeah, my name was in the newspaper in my hometown, but it ruined my reputation because I didn't bow down, hell no. And now I'm mad and still singing, fuck the po-po. Anyone who our folks don't trust them no more. Whoa, and I'm not gonna let this go. And I'm saying, fuck the po-po down. Fuck the po-po, yeah, yeah. 2 fingers in the air from the JPD, the long arm of the law. Now I understand why all those rappers are mad. They must have been treated as bad as I have. Now I'm screaming thug like fuck the po-po. Shooting birds out the window around the cops go by. With the roadblocks in front of my house, man. Starting to feel like I live under the Taliban. Can't drive home without a gun in my face. Thursday through Sunday, they're invading my space, telling me it's for my sake. They keeping the streets safe by getting the drunks off of the highway. But I say, man, that's a big fucking lie. It's all about the money from the DUIs of the wise that we put down in front of this bar. Got lights before we get in our cars. Instead, they just hide about 3 miles away, sitting waiting for one of us to make a mistake. Drink a little too much, you be cut the stuff that probably roughed off what you complain enough. You be carted off the jail in the land of the free. Another victim of the overzealous JPD. But I don't get me wrong, I don't mean disrespect. There's a lot of good cops who serve and protect. They boldly put their lives on the line to protect our rights and give us peace of mind. But every cop who thinks his badge is a crown, this song's for you and I'll never lie. Yes, I